Hello all, today we'll discuss the nerve supply of the tongue. As we have discussed the various intrinsic and extrinsic muscles of the tongue, now we are studying the nerve supply of the tongue. Now tongue has dual nerve supply, one is motor and one is sensory. The tongue has dual nerve supply, motor nerve supply and the sensory nerve supply. First is your motor nerve supply. Now comes the motor nerve supply. I am telling first of motor. All the intrinsic and extrinsic muscles are supplied by hypoglossal nerve. All the intrinsic and the extrinsic muscles are supplied by hypoglossal nerve except palatoglossus. Except palatoglossus, the palatoglossus muscle is supplied by the cranial part of the accessory nerve. Now this is the motor nerve supply ki all the intrinsic and the extrinsic muscles are supplied by hypoglossal nerve except the palatoglossus. Our palatoglossus is supplied by the cranial part of the accessory nerve. Now comes the sensory nerve supply. Sensory means the general sensation and taste. It contributes to general sensation and taste. For sensory nerve supply, tongue is divided into three parts: the anterior 2/3, the posterior 1/3 and the posterior most part. The anterior 2/3, first I am talking about the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. The anterior 2/3 of the tongue, it is different. The general sensation is given by the lingual nerve and the taste is given by the chorda tympani nerve. Chorda tympani branch of the facial nerve. The lingual nerve, which is giving the general sensation to the anterior 2/3 of the tongue, is a branch of mandibular nerve and the chorda tympani is a branch of facial nerve. Facial nerve is your seventh cranial nerve. Now second comes एंटीरियर 2/3 इज ओवर कि जनरल के लिए अलग है एंड टेस्ट के लिए अलग है. नाउ कम्स द posterior 1/3. The posterior 1/3 of the tongue. Now the posterior 1/3 of the tongue is supplied by your ninth cranial nerve, which is your glossopharyngeal nerve. It is common for both general sensation and taste also. ठीक है. Now last comes the posterior most part, the sensory nerve supply of the posterior most part, it by the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is your 10th cranial nerve. Okay, it is common for both. The vagus nerve is common for both, that is it is giving the general sensation as well as taste. सिर्फ anterior 2/3 of the जो tongue है, it is different कि general sensation is provided by the lingual nerve, which is the branch of mandibular nerve, and the taste is provided by the chorda tympani branch of the facial nerve, which is your 7th cranial nerve. Okay, now we'll discuss next about tongue in the next short. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.